All right, welcome to Christian Warrior Training. We're going to talk about ammo shortages and whether it's a real thing to worry about. There's been a lot of information over the last couple of months, well, really since January, about potential shortages coming up. But there was an email that was sent out to ammunition retailers very recently, and it's just something you should look out for and we should talk about. So we're going to dive into whether this is a real thing we have to worry about. If it is a real thing, how do we get ready for it? What ammunition should you be buying? How much should you be buying if you're on a limited budget? Some of the things that you can do. We'll talk about personal defense ammo. We'll talk about practice ammo, all of that. Before we begin, I want to thanks for tuning in. I am in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. I'm hanging out with my cousin. He's a good Christian man with his family. Actually, I'm here with all my cousins. They're all good Christians. It's lovely hanging out with them. I get this beautiful scenery on 40 acres in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. It's been awesome. Also, you'll notice I'm wearing a new Christian Warrior Training t-shirt. I just recently had these made up. They are in my YouTube store. If you go to my YouTube channel from here, you can go to the store and then you can find this shirt. I have a new one coming out. I'm just finishing up the design now. It is my Always Be Caring, Remember Your ABCs shirt, and it is Christian themed at the same time. So that'll be out shortly. All right, let's get into this. I want to thank the people over at Forward Observer. I'll tag them in the show notes. They have a great newsletter that comes out every day. They have some good information that comes out. I have been tracking this ammo shortage, but they just put out a good little plug on this ammo shortage in their newsletter, which I think you should be subscribing to. So according to this industry email that was sent out to ammo retailers, ammunition manufacturers are expecting a gunpowder shortage in the next 2 months due to military purchases to replenish spent munitions in Ukraine and the Middle East. Now, we can dive into politics if you want to. Go ahead into the chat and start talking about it. That's fine. But I just want to give you a heads up that this has been going on since January, and a lot of information has been coming out about it. It is something that I'm tracking and I'm nervous about. Well, I don't say nervous, but I know a price hike's coming. Plus, you got the election that's coming up as well. So, according to the email, prices increase and shortages of ammunition at retail are likely to hit in the next few months. Now, I like Forward Observer. They put a nice little plug at the end where it says, why does it matter? This is from them. I think it's some good information. China is a top global producer of both nitrocellulose and the type of cotton used as a precursor. China has limited exports and cut production of nitrocellulose, a key component in the manufacture of smokeless gunpowder, over the last 2 years. Increased prices and supply shortages are likely to persist. Additionally, ammunition historically sees price spikes and shortages in presidential election years, so prices and supplies will very likely take a double hit this year. Okay, so I agree. I do know that prices are going to go up. That's just the way it's going to happen. When prices are low, I buy all my ammunition. So prices have been low for about a year, and for a year I've just been stocking up on ammo as I can, so I have a little surplus. I don't keep it all in the same place in case there's a fire at my house, a theft or something like that. So I do distribute it in different places, so that way if a little bit gets lost somewhere, I still have more. And I bulk up on just practice ammo and self-defense ammunition. Now look, how much self-defense ammunition should you have? At a minimum, you should have enough to fill all your magazines for all your guns. A lot of people will say, oh, you've got to cycle it every year. I know I did that in law enforcement. I had my department every year cycle new self-defense ammunition. With that said, I have some self-defense ammunition that I have from the police academy from 35 years ago. And it still works. I recently found a couple of boxes of self-defense ammunition that I was issued as a rookie police officer in 1990, and I went out and shot it, not a malfunction in any of those boxes. No problems whatsoever. So good manufactured self-defense ammo will last forever. I have double-aught buck from the same time period. It works just fine, right? So I do have a couple of cases of my self-defense ammo. I will keep that forever. I know it's not going to go bad. My practice ammo, I've been storing up on practice ammo for a while, my range ammo. And I know a lot of you are looking at that and balking, saying, I don't have the money to purchase that ammo. I get it. One of the things I do, I'm going to plan on doing a review here shortly on the Mantis dry fire system. I'll talk more about it in depth later on. I'll put a link to it in the show notes, but the Mantis dry fire system is going to cost you somewhere around $200. But for the price of a case of ammo, forever you can dry fire. I have it set up in my garage. I dry fire practice all day, every day, and it saves me range ammunition, and I do save money doing that, and it's going to last a while. So I would think about something like that. But if you do have money, I would start buying a few cases of, whatever ammunition that you use that you need to practice with. I do see shortages of 5.56 coming up significantly if we do end up having a war coming up. We're definitely going to be rolling through that. So I have stocked up on 5.56 and 9mm enough that when we hit that dry spell, I can keep shooting my normal routine and don't have to worry about anything. I still have the right amount of ammunition that'll get me through, and then at some point the prices are going to drop, and then I go buy a whole bunch over that next year. I will keep resupplying my stocks. This is a great time to tell you all of my money that comes to shoot and buy ammo comes from all the likes and comments and everything that you make. So hit like, comment, subscribe, so that way YouTube buys more ammunition for me to practice, and I appreciate that. That way it doesn't impact my family budget, so I appreciate that very much. How much ammunition should you have? So I have, for self-defense ammunition, I have 2,000 rounds of rifle and 1,000 rounds of pistol for each gun system. So I have, right now, I have 4 people in my family. My kids don't live with me anymore. They're married and building their own families, but I know that they're going to come back, and they don't have a ton of money because they're just starting out their families. So I have 2,000 rounds of self-defense ammo for their rifles and for their pistols in case something bad happens, so that they can come in and give me a hand. So you just want to do that for planning. How much do you need for practice? Man, it depends on how much you practice, right? I practice a lot. I am shooting on average at least 400 rounds a month. So that means I'm going to need a case of ammo for every 2 months, and you figure any kind of a shortage that we're going to have, you should plan on it lasting 2 years. And so figure out what that is for you, and then go ahead and store that in a safe place. If it's going to be a lot because you practice a lot like me, then you don't have to buy it all at once. Just know that you've got about 2 months. Okay, so you should have been getting ready for this when the prices dropped, and start buying like a case a month, a case every other month, or something like that. And then now you don't have to buy anything when prices go up. That's just how it works for me. That's what I do. It's up to you on how you want to handle that. Just my personal advice to you, I do know that prices are going to go up, and because if they're talking about it and they're emailing retailers to give them a warning, 100% you know it's going to happen. All right, I'm going to go back to fishing and shooting and hanging out with my cousins. I have no doubt we will talk about the Lord and our Savior during our talks, which I love. I know they're watching this, so I appreciate all your guys' talks. It's awesome. They are such good Christians. I love them for it. So I'm going to go back and hang out with family and go enjoy the good life. Don't forget to hit subscribe, leave a comment, because YouTube is paying for my ammunition and prices are about to go up. So I appreciate it. Get the shirt in the YouTube store. I'll come up with new ideas later on. You guys asked for that Always Be Carrying shirt, so I'm going to come up with that for you. And I kind of like the design. It's a Christian cross with the words ABCs, Always Be Carrying, involved in that, and that's the cross is made out of those words. I think it looks kind of cool. That's all I got for now, man. I appreciate all your guys' help. Pray for good times ahead for our country. We're going to need that. All right, my friends, you take care. Remember your ABC. I almost forgot. Remember your ABCs. Always be caring.